Tony, do you ever have offers to leave the Gunners during your long and storied career there?
Couple of times, yeah. Alex came in for me a couple of times. One in 1990, and I didn't have the emotional tools. I was too young and too fixed in my own London life, too full of fear to actually make the move at that point. And we were pretty successful down at the Arsenal at that point anyway. And then another time in '96 when I actually sobered up. And started a new life of recovery, and I did have the emotional tools, and I questioned the board's ambition at that point. We hadn't won the league for 5 years, and I went straight to the chairman and said to him, "Look, what's happening here? Alex is on the phone. Are we going to actually, challenge now, or what's going to happen?" And Peter Hillwood, blessed his. So who would have thought that it could ever happen? A captain talking to the owner, the chairman of the club. But I could. And he said to me, "Tone, listen, we had a director at the time, Daniel Fishman, invested 50 million into the club. And he said, yeah, we've got a good man on the way. Arsene Wenger was coming. I didn't know him at that point. He said, we've got a good man on the way. We're going to make some signings, Dennis Bergkamp, David Platt, and the rest is history." And I went, okay, then I'll give it a go. I'll stay put. All our salaries, me, Lee Dixon, the famous back four, we all got trebled salaries, because there was investment. I trebled my salary. First time I ever questioned the board's decision, to be honest with you, because I had enough about me at that stage to say, I used to just get my own contract sorted out and say, "Dicko, don't worry, Nigel and Baldy, just sign it, mate. I'm getting the same, honestly, I'm getting the same." At this time I said, "No, come on, you need to pay us what we're doing. We've given 10 years or 13 years into my career at that point." I said, "You need to give us what we're worth or we're going." And he said, "Yeah, absolutely." And they splashed the cash, and that made us, you get success off the back of that, 2 doubles and the Invincibles, At the end of the day, it's about cash. I'm sorry to say, but a balance. There's a balance in people that, I don't think I could have gone up there anyway, to be completely honest with you. But I've always said Arsenal are the biggest club in the world, mate. So, why go anywhere else?
Just out of interest, put me in the head of a player like Maddison or Chilwell in terms of how long they give a manager to prove themselves. Now, like you just said, you're promised this new guy, Arsene Wenger. He wasn't the Arsene Wenger we know now. He was in Japan and managing in France. Wasn't a worldwide name. How long were you willing to give him and the new signings that were coming in? Because, Bergkamp, yes, he's an Arsenal legend now, but there were still question marks about him because his move away from the Netherlands hadn't panned out either.
The trebling of the salary helped, Adam. I've got to be honest.
Yes.
That kind of persuaded me as well. But there was, first impression, he was French. And I'm not, it takes up. But I instantly knew that he was a good man. He's a lovely, lovely human being. And the thing is, we were already taught. We already knew how to play. We just needed a leader in different areas, which was a loving, considerate, he had new diet, there was new training methods. It was all to extend our careers. It was approachable. Some of the best conversations I've ever had about politics and, religion was in his office before training. We was already taught, we already knew. His famous line, Arsene always said, "Tony, I'm not going to tell you how to defend, I'm not going to tell you how to head the ball, just go play. So that's what he allowed us to do, just go and do our stuff. Because, no disrespect, but the coach before that, Bruce Rioch, he was like in our faces and stuff, and he was trying to put his impression on us instead of just letting us bloom. And it was a different method that Arsene used just to kind of let us go. And it did help that, Patrick Vieira, the great. End of the day, it's about players, and they were great players. Nicolas Anelka, Patrick Vieira, you know what I mean? Manu Petit. The list is endless, The list is endless that that came. Robert Perez, one of the best players I've ever played with. You know, you don't even get a mention. You know, Mark Overmars, these players. You know, they were coming out the ceiling.
Yeah.
So there's so many fantastic players.